Good morning, guys. Dustin here, and I got some comments on the videos that I made, and it was about smoking while my son was around, right? So I have two rooms. I figured I'd explain a little bit. So I have two rooms that I'm usually in. Well, technically three or four rooms, but there's two rooms that I'm usually in. The living room, which is the room that he always comes from, and this room, which is pretty much my gaming room. Now, I wanted to take this apologize or opportunity to apologize um, for smoking around my son. The truth is, I don't give a fuck. It's not your son. It's not your, best friend's son. It's my son. Okay. When I smoke a cigarette in here, he's 9 times out of 10 in there, or upstairs in his bedroom playing with toys or whatever. It's not your fucking son. It's not your friend's son. It's no one's son. It's a stranger's son. So the fact that you guys care so much, I figured I'd, toad off a couple things. So, first of all, oh, wait, I forgot the star of the show. The kid, my kid just saw him off to the school bus, and my other kid went over to the babysitters. Well, mom gets ready. Mom is going to work, and I gotta go to sleep since I work night shift. So the kids aren't here, so I'm sure this makes you all happy. But one thing I wanted to, bring up is some of you guys decided to take the moral high ground on this, which is kind of just absolutely fucking hilarious because every time some liberal ass snowflake takes the moral high ground, 9 times out of 10, they're far more immoral than the rest of society. What about the cell phone you're on that you commented on, or the computer, or the laptop, or the tablet? Or I'm sure you're driving an electric car too with a lithium battery in it. All that shit was mined off the back of minorities in poor ass countries. But I don't see you going on videos and saying, those poor black people, or those poor, you know, well, most of the lithium comes from Africa anyway, so it would be black people. The fact of the matter is you all take this moral high ground. Do you recycle? Probably not. You probably are fucking vegan. Do you have a compost? Who knows? You throw a bunch of food out? I bet you do. Because most of you are American, judging by the statistics on YouTube. Second of all, none of you that comment on this kind of stuff probably have kids, right? Most of you are between the ages of like 20 and 30. The truth of the matter is less and less of you are having sex, so it's not surprising that most of you, if not all of you, don't have kids of your own. And if you do have kids of your own, do you feed them fast food? Because my kids don't eat fast food. Do you let them drink soda or pop? My kids don't drink soda or pop. I bet you push your kids to go watch videos or the internet to get them out of your hair all the time. I don't do that. Most of you guys, the truth of the matter is, aren't old enough to have kids, and if you are old enough to have kids, you haven't found somebody to sleep with you to give you a child yet. And guess what? When you have kids, you're going to be able to make your own decisions on it. If you are a smoker and you have kids and you don't want to smoke around your kid, by all means, don't smoke around your kid. But the fact of the matter is because you're on the internet and there's a level of anonymity to who you are and what type of person you are, you can just ride that moral high horse all day long and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Just like I'm going to do whatever I want in my life with my son, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's my son. I will raise him and do things around him that some of you might get offended by. But guess what? It's none of your fucking business. So, I figured I'd make a video explaining a little bit about it. Most of you are probably going to click off now, which is fine. Let me explain something to you guys, though. You know how many really poor ass American kids are growing up in this country in the worst situations ever? And none of you are batting a fucking eyelash to it. Not one of you, alright? You know how I grew up? My mom was a drug addict, an alcoholic, and she overdosed and died by the time I was 19, and I found her dead in her bedroom. When I grew up, guess what I didn't have? I didn't have food. None of you know what it's actually like to be hungry, all right? So while you're toting these moral high ground, clauses and going, oh, well, you shouldn't smoke around your kid, there are plenty of other kids out there, just because they're out of sight, they're out of mind for you. So the next time you decide to speak up and say shit like, oh, you shouldn't be smoking around your kid, mind your fucking business, all right? You guys have a great week, and I'm going to have a great week too. It's been, it's been a pretty good week so far. So, all right, guys, take care. Bye.